in a few weeks. So we're really excited to be here. And one of the questions that we get a lot is what equipment or what do I need to start a t-shirt business? And in this video, we're gonna cover exactly that. So we're gonna be working on one shirt because we already did 11. So for this order, we had a 12 shirts. And before we get started, let me show you the brand that we're gonna be working with today. Can you see it good?
Yep.
Okay, so this is our favorite brand. Actually, the material is the one that you want to focus on if you're going to be working with HTV vinyl, because it really depends on the type of process that you're going to be using to apply your vinyl or your logo with. And we're going to be using our Caesar Easy Weed vinyl. But yeah, let's get started. Obviously, to make t-shirts, you're going to need a heat press. And one thing that you guys got to know if you're about to get started in this kind of business is, unfortunately, you will get what you pay for. The same goes with all the equipment and almost the materials. So the heat press that we have here today is the Hotronics. It's from Stahls. It's a little pricey. We paid about $1,800 a few years ago. I'm not really sure about the price today. And the size is 16 by 20. So it's not a small heat press. It's a good size heat press. So that's the first thing that you will need. Also, a vinyl cutter, and for that we have two different kinds of vinyl cutters. We have a Cameo cutter, which is more affordable, but it has limits, but it will cost you about $280 to $300, but that's just for the vinyl cutter. But what we're going to use today is actually our Graphtec CE6060. If you guys can, oh, you can see it here. Okay, so this is the vinyl cutter. I'm sure most of you already know that this is our favorite machine, and that's what we're going to be using exactly. So you will need a vinyl cutter, and also to vector your images, you will need a software. We have CorelDRAW X6. This is an old version. Back then, like over 5 years ago, we paid about $350 one-time payment, and we were able to download it to several computers. But I mean, right now things are a little different, especially the price. But you would be expecting to pay about $450 depending on which version you get, if you decide to go for the one-time payment only, which I would recommend that you guys do. But you can also get the monthly, I think it's a monthly payment, but in the end it's going to be more expensive. And as I mentioned it, this is the vinyl that we're going to use, the Caesar Easy Weed vinyl. This is our favorite. And for our design, we're going to have two different colors. Let me grab one shirt that we already made, and it's going to be two different colors.
And before we continue, let me give you guys a piece of advice for those that do HTV. We recommend that you do not exceed more than two colors unless the customer is willing to pay. If he's willing to pay, then yeah, go for it. But HTV can be a little more expensive, and of course, before people mention it, we know that screen printing will be much better, but unfortunately we work from home, so we don't have the space, and it's a little, screen printing can be more dirty than HTV. It's easier, plus we focus more like on car decals and stuff like that. But I mean, we're open in the near future. Hopefully we can get different equipment, and of course we're gonna get our shop too in the future, and hopefully we can provide more information for you guys in the future, but we'll keep you updated on that. So,
and for this, we could have easily used a digital printer and just print the design directly on the vinyl. And as Luis mentioned, it's not really recommended to do these many colors, but we've been working with this customer for a long time. So this is one of the only ones that we use all these many colors. But one thing you gotta keep in mind, although you can layer different vinyls, like layers of vinyl, HTV, I'm talking about Caesar Easy Weed, I don't know about other vinyls, but if you are using Caesar Easy Weed, you can easily layer the vinyl. But one thing you gotta keep in mind, it's not gonna last as long. Because if you only do one color, the manufacturer says that it's gonna last up to 30 washes. We don't really know what that means. If after 30 washes, everything will come off, or it will just start cracking or something. But we've been using this vinyl for a long time. and we have never had any issues with this. I mean, just like everything, it has its lifespan, but it's always recommended to tell the customer to take good care of the garment. It's better if they do an inside-out wash and those things that I recommend that you guys get more information if you guys are gonna get into this kind of business. And also, one thing I recommend also is that you guys get your color guides, and that goes for HTV vinyl as well as for decal vinyl. And this is the one I'm gonna show you. The good thing about this guide, it has all the information that you need, what type of garments you can apply the vinyl on, and things like that. And all the different kinds of vinyls that you will get. And the reason you want to get this is because you will know exactly what you get once you order your vinyl. Because let me tell you something, if you go to the website, you're going to see different colors, but once you get the material, it would look a little different than what you can see in their website. So that's one thing that you guys got to keep in mind, okay? And they also have like for different like glitter, for like different patterns and stuff like that. So really cool that you guys should consider getting these, and the same with decal vinyl.
And I invite you guys, before we continue, to give us a like so YouTube recommends this information, because we're gonna show the whole process, and Saul is actually gonna set up everything and show you the whole process. So we appreciate if you smash that like, and of course, if you find information, and we appreciate your support.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, even though we only have to cut one logo, I'm going to align the vinyl, and we might not get it the first time, but I'm gonna go ahead and send it the way it comes out, because like I said, it's just one copy, one logo, and this is the process that we would normally do for a bigger project. Oh, one thing I gotta mention, because we've got this question before, you actually need a computer if you're gonna be using a grafter. You definitely need a computer. That's another thing we never talk about, but yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and align the vinyl. Before I do, you can see the alignments that our machine has, and we're gonna use those as reference. And here, what you gotta do, you gotta pull the vinyl to the front and try to align it. I'm gonna pull more, probably like that. Probably that's enough. And then now I'm gonna lock it. And just pay attention to how much the vinyl moves. If it moves a lot, that means you have to realign the vinyl. And perfect, it didn't move that much. Now I'm gonna go ahead and send the design, and we are using, besides this, the one that you can see here is CorelDRAW, and I'm gonna send it straight to our CM3, which is Cutting Master 3 software. Comes with the vinyl cutter. In fact, you can go straight to graphtecamerica.com, and you can see what they have there. You can download the software, and if you have a different computer, or if you want to check it out and see if you'll be able to download it to your computer. And this is the one I'm talking about, CM3.
And actually, I'm glad Saul point that out, because yesterday we got that question. People get confused. They think the CM3 is the software we use to vectorize. No, the CM3 is the software that comes with your vinyl cutter. For us, it's the CM3 because it's the older version. But if you get the CE7060, you will have to get the CM4. But CorelDRAW is for vectorizing images only.
And CM3, pretty much you can use it to make copies. You can even mirror the images. You can do add the weeding boxes and things like that. But if you want to vector an image, you cannot do that with this software. So basically just to make copies and things like that. I'm pretty sure that you can do all the things, but that's what we use it for mainly. And now we send the design to our vinyl cutter, and there's gonna be like a little space which we could save. And I added a weeding box, or a couple weeding boxes. And honestly, if you were working with decal vinyl, the Oracle 651, or any kind of decal vinyl, the weeding boxes is recommended that you use those. It works a lot better when you use them on decal vinyl. But I still added them on this. I'll show you that in a minute for those that are not familiar with weeding boxes. It makes it a little easier when weeding out.
And we usually add them in our software CorelDRAW, but CM3 has that option too. And I think we have an episode on
Yeah, we
how we
have
do
different
it.
videos where we show you how we do it with CorelDRAW and also with CM3. So you make sure that you guys, after this live, check it out. Go check out our channel and look for those videos. Also, we have, if you guys have a Cameo, we have videos about different projects that we've worked with, especially longer projects, because a lot of people don't know that you can use the Cameo for bigger projects, that you don't necessarily need a cutting mat if you're going to be using Oracle 651 or Caesar EasyWeed. All you have to do is just play around with the settings, get rid of the cutting mats and the size of the media or what you can cut with. We have a video where we show you exactly what steps to follow. So make sure you check out our channel for that.
And while the machine is cutting the designs, let's go to a few comments, okay? We have Los Duque Artega. Hello, I'm gonna translate it since in Spanish. Saludos muchachos desde Indianapolis. Sounds like this person is from Indianapolis, and oh wow, he's been following us since we started the yard sale company. Oh, thank you, muchas gracias.
Oh, muchas gracias por estar acá. I'm gonna do it in English too.
He agrees that screen printing is a mess, so sounds like he has done it and he knows. We have never done it, but for what we heard. But I mean, it is convenient. But he says DTF is the new way. Yeah, totally agree. You have no, for the little that I have done research, you don't have like a limit on colors. And we have another person, saludos, have learned a lot from you guys. Thanks a lot and God bless. Thank you. We appreciate that you're here. Los Duque again, after 30 washes, it will start to wear off and peel the borders, but it's still relative.
Yeah, they say about 30 washes, but I guess it really depends on how good you take care of it.
And Ray Visco says, really appreciate you guys and taking time from your business to help people. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Same to you guys. We appreciate all the support.
Rhonda Armstrong. Good morning, afternoon. I have a Cricut maker. Can I use it to do vinyl decals? Definitely.
Definitely. You just gotta make sure that you get the right vinyl. We have never used any Cricut except the Joy, right? The small one.
Yeah,
but it was to do
like more like labels.
Yeah, do like
kind of like labels. Yeah, we have an episode actually on how to operate the Cricut Joy.
But another thing I want to give you guys, I don't know if we're allowed to, but yeah, you guys can use this code. Is it the, yeah.
I'm gonna type in the code.
Next
order.
If you guys want to place an order from All Day Shirts, and yeah, just use this code and don't tell them who gave it to you.
Actually, I think so. They give us maybe.
No, we're actually working with them. We got an email that I think they're offering, like kind of like I forgot what they call, but kind of like affiliate. Unfortunately, US Cutter stopped giving us the affiliate links. I mean, you can still use them, but we don't get any more, I guess, money for the products that you guys buy. But I mean, still one of the best places where you can get your stuff from US Cutter. I actually did some research, different websites where you can get materials, but so far US Cutter has been like the cheaper one, so that's why we keep recommending it, even though we're not getting paid. But you know, it's about helping other people. It's not always about us making money, but it's about helping and finding the best prices for you guys. So yeah, check it out. Okay, now what I can do, I was gonna say something but I forgot. Oh no, that was the code. Now I'm gonna cut the vinyl from here. And the good thing about when we add the weeding boxes, you can see exactly where you need to cut the vinyl from and don't mess it up. And now I'm gonna bring it to the table, but I need to get a weeder first. All right, I'm going to go to the other side actually, because you know, I'm a right-handed person.
I'm sorry if I move too much, but
yeah,
I'm trying to keep up with his movements.
This is the first weeding box that I added. The reason I added it is to give you guys an idea. Like I said, sometimes you don't really need that many weeding boxes, but it works. If you guys never use them, I recommend that you guys use them. It's really simple to use or add the weeding boxes. All you gotta do is just out of box, and then just lines across. And here I have numbers and letters, so it's a little bit more harder to do that, to weed out. Yeah, guys, yeah. This is a simple design. Doesn't have really that many details, but I'm still gonna take my time. The difference about, or one of the differences about the HTV vinyl is that it already comes with its transfer. We do not need to add it, unlike the Oracle 651 vinyl for decals. And with HTV vinyl, you have to mirror your images.
And another one of the reasons why we still make T-shirts, even though it's probably the third most profitable for us, but in winter time we make a lot of shirts with HTV. And another reason is because you know, like, you have more chance in market out there with selling T-shirts than decals. This is the truth. We have said before that, you know, car decals leave more profit, but the market for T-shirts, it's way bigger than decals, unfortunately. So, but you could just, you know, if you have a vinyl cutter, you can do as many stuff as you can. Car decals, car magnets, vinyl banners, you know, T-shirts, all the stuff. I believe we have done, like, what they call that, engraving, glass etching.
Yeah,
glass etching. It's really old episode, but I mean, it's whatever the demand or market you want to focus on. I think every business is good, but you just gotta find what's for you.
Actually, the way we look at it is we have to also enjoy the process. You know, it's I mean, it has to be profitable, but at the same time you have to enjoy it, because if you don't enjoy it, then
you're in the wrong business.
Yeah, and we enjoy making decals more than T-shirts, but as we said, the market is way bigger for T-shirts.
I think it's the money too. I enjoy making,
I
because one of the reasons is that T-shirts, you know, you gotta place the order, you gotta wait sometimes 7 days, 10 days, depending on the supplier, and you know, I get frustrated to wait a long time. But decals, they're usually projects are done within the next day or so. So it's faster. Of course, we gotta have the color or the material, but most of the time we do.
All right. So before I do the heat press, let me just show you the temperature. You can do at 315. I think it's recommended to do 310 to 315 for about 14 seconds, 10 to 14 seconds. But I'm gonna probably lower it a little bit. No, that's not it. See, I'm still learning how to use our heat press. All right, I think we got it there. Now, it's very important that you guys pre-press the shirt before you apply the vinyl, because you want to get rid of the moisture and the wrinkles. And that's what I'm about to do right now. This is an extra large size T-shirt. And what I'm gonna do when aligning the vinyl, let me move this a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, the highest, or actually the middle part of the logo, this is where I'm going to measure it from, going up. And as I said, this is an extra large shirt, so I'm going to do about, you can do in between like 8.5 to 9, and I'm going to do a little bit lower. I'm going to do about 9, because this is a big shirt. So I think we got it about there, and I'm measuring it from here where
the shoulder line.
Yep. And all the way to the center of the logo. And now I'm gonna pick it up and just see if it looks aligned or not. But to me, I can probably move it a little bit to the center, just a tiny bit. I'm gonna pick it up again. Now I'm gonna give it just like 3 seconds. And that's the good thing about Caesar Easy Weed, that you can just give it a few seconds. and you can peel it off cold or hot. And the reason is because I don't want the first layer to shrink, especially if you are layering vinyl on top of each other, like the hoodie that I showed you earlier. You want to be really careful how long you give the first color. Now I'm going to align this. And in case you guys are wondering, our customer didn't have his design, so we made the logo. All right, and now I'm gonna give it another 3 seconds for the second color, and I'm gonna get rid of the plastic, because if I leave it there to give it the full cycle, it's gonna leave a mark where, like right here where the plastic is. Now I'm gonna give it the full cycle, and then we'll do the other side, the back side, and basically repeat the same steps. Pre-press the shirt, get rid of the wrinkles.
And people have asked in the past about designs. Sometimes we get them from, because we have an account with Free Pick, you can find a lot of those images there for like most of the, the market out there, like construction and all that. You can find designs, really good designs. Just don't compromise yourself with a very complicated design. Try to pick one that's gonna look good, but also it's gonna be simple for you when you're weeding out.
Luis is talking about if you are using the same method that we do, because if you have the DTG machine or do you do that process, I mean, obviously you don't have to worry about that.
I'm talking about HTV.
Yeah, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to do about 4 inches from the neck, not the neck, the back side. I'm gonna center it and do about 4 inches below.
All right, and now that Saul is working on that, let me read some more comments. Glad to see you guys learning a lot. We have started similar business on how to add to our dart store in addition to, okay. Thank you. We're glad we can help you. We appreciate you guys, your support. Rhonda Armstrong, I forgot. I am from New Orleans. I'm so glad I was able to catch you guys live. Thank you so much for this. Well, really appreciate you. Really, we're glad to see people from all over the world. We get a lot of people from India, UK, Germany. We really appreciate you guys. I'm back. Had to leave for a minute. Okay.
All right, so I think I'm almost there. It's always good to take your time and measure it, but also don't overthink it, because if you do, you're gonna take forever to work on a few shirts. And now we got it there. I'm gonna do a few seconds again, about 3 seconds, and I can peel it. Then sometimes I use this when weeding out. I just stick like whatever, like the extra vinyl, just use this like the adhesive or this. I don't know if you guys use it, let us know too. And now I'm gonna line this next layer of vinyl.
And Duke Ortega is asking, what do you guys have on your press wrap with? It's, I don't know if Saul
Teflon.
mentioned that, it's a Teflon.
Cover, yeah, Teflon cover.
Teflon cover that we get, and when he's done with that, he's gonna show you the Teflon pillow that we use for hoodies and like polo shirts, those shirts that have the collar. We have to put the pillow on because, you gotta do it evenly.
So this pillow is also covered with Teflon, and the reason we use it is to give it a nice and firm pressure. And especially like we said it with the polo shirts that have the color, like you gotta make sure that you give enough pressure for the vinyl to stay on the garment. And also the Teflon sheet makes it a lot easier. The Teflon cover, because we don't have to, like before we only had the sheets, so we would have to put it back and then take it off. And
yeah, it was a pain, yes.
Now I'm gonna give it the full time. And so you gotta keep that in mind about when layering vinyl, that it's not gonna last as long, but also the pillow is very important. Make sure that you guys get one and invest in a good heat press, because the cheap ones, like you got to make sure that the temperature is evenly. We need to get one of those thermostats or one of those things to check the temperature. But we've seen a lot of heat presses that don't keep a nice temperature like throughout the platen or the top. I guess what would this be called? I forgot. But anyway, so make sure that you get a good heat press, because if you invest in a cheap one, you don't know how long it's gonna last and what you're gonna get. And let me move out of the way so Luis can show you
Yeah, and do you talk about the size? Make sure, I don't know if Sal mentioned that, but make sure you get one that's at least 15 by 15, because we have heard that issue before. People get one that's cheap because it's small.
Yeah,
And they
15.
end up returning it because it's not big enough. So make sure you get one that's at least 15 by 15, enough to cover a good size design.
Yeah, I would say 15 by 15. You are pushing it, because yeah, we used to have a 15 by 15,
Or, yeah,
and it was like almost like too small for us, because sometimes we had like, especially when working. Because I remember one time we had to apply a logo
because
on
the
DJ.
design in the back, even for extra large, you will not exceed 13-inch, unless you are putting a design for a shirt that's made for King Kong, then yeah. But yeah, I mean,
So
yes,
let's
I
show
mean,
this.
there's a lot of good sizes there and good prices.
So this one was made with like let's see, 4 different layers of vinyl, and we did the same method. We applied the first one, the white color. We only gave it a few seconds, because if we give more than that, the first layer is gonna get small, and then the green won't fit, and the next colors, like the little hat, will not fit because it will be too small, like the first layer. And that's one thing that you got to keep in mind if you're just getting started. So, but if you have a digital printer, you don't have to worry about that, because it will be just one layer of vinyl like printed. And that's the good thing about owning a digital printer, which we do not own because of the price, and we do not have the room here, because when it's time for us to get a digital printer, we will get a nice one. We're not gonna get a cheap one. We're gonna get a good size one, and we will need a like an office or a shop for that. But that will be for the near future, hopefully.
And I actually have a question for, I believe it was Duke Ortega. I don't know if he's still on the live, but how long does DTF last? Is it longer than HTB? Is it better than HTB?
I would assume it's about the same as screen printing, because it's basically, I mean, they're using paint for that, but I heard that it can be a little pricey when using the DTG method, but like...
Well, he actually replies, say DTF is a good option for garments and it's not expensive. Much longer. It's equivalent to screen print. And oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you shared that information. We appreciate it, because we're actually considering for certain projects, customers that we have that, you know, their designs consist of 4 or 5 colors. We might start getting the transfers, or whatever they call those, the DTF transfers, to experiment, because I personally never tried DTF, so it'll be a good option for us. We're gonna start probably working with that type of material. What kind of digital printer will you use for stuff like your yard signs, magnets, decals?
I mean, honestly, we've never, like, we have a little bit of information, but the one we've been thinking about getting, yeah, that's one question we got. What type of printer? And we've been looking at Roland. I think it's the VersaCam. I'm not sure about like the size. I think it's like 54, 56, something like that, a little bit over 50. But honestly, we need to do more research before answering any questions about that, because like we know a person that owns one. I know they print banner material. I'm not sure about yard signs, but we need to get a little bit more information what we can make with one if we decide to get that one. So I guess stay tuned for that. Hopefully in a few months we'll be able to get one. And so here's another vinyl cutter that you should consider getting if you want to get started in this kind of business and you cannot wait. Let's say you are tired of working for someone, you just, you're mad at your manager or your boss and just want to leave your job, you should look at Cameo cutters. They're coming out with the new version. I think the 5 is coming out. I would assume the prices would probably go down for the Cameo 4. And I would recommend that you guys check out our channel to see what you can make with just a vinyl cutter.
And since
the Cameo cutter.
Saul is in that subject, we have most of the feedback is positive, but we sometimes get some people that say they why get a cheap vinyl cutter when you can go more serious. Of course, we never said that Cameo 4 it's the way to go. We're just saying that if you don't want to start with a huge investment, just want to get some customers, start to get into that type of market, then Cameo 4 it's definitely a good way to start. Especially like most of our data show us that women are more like popular with this type of vinyl cutters, and we try to provide information for everyone, a lot of subjects. We don't just focus on, as you watch our videos, sometimes we do like Graphtec, and most of the time Titan, and we do a lot of Cameo too. So because we want to share that information, but of course later on you can invest and get a better equipment.
So, and one thing you got to keep in mind, I don't know how this is going to sound, but not everybody lives in the United States. A lot of people watch from South America or from other countries where it'll be harder to get a Graphtec, but if they can afford getting a Cameo, I mean, it's a good way to get started. It'll be recommended to get a more expensive one, but if you cannot afford to get one, like I said, it's a good way. I'm not saying it's the best machine. Maybe you can get something for that price, probably a US cutter machine, but the reason we don't talk about that machine is because we've never used one. We've used Cameo cutter. I know we know they're not the best, but I mean, it still gets the job done.
You just watch the episodes. We have done really like detailed images, like such small size, and they were done with the Cameo. So I was actually surprised of the details that this vinyl cutter that barely costs $300. Yep. I mean, what you can do, of course, you gotta invest in other equipment, but we're talking about the main thing, which is the machine, the vinyl cutter. So it is a good way to start. Then later on you can get, or like Saul has said, you can invest in getting the Pro, which is the 24-inch. So we said it too, the bigger the machine or the vinyl cutter, the bigger projects you can make. And we recommend that you get at least 24-inch vinyl cutter.
Yep. I think, I don't know if we have any more
yes,
questions,
we have airbrushing by Rika. What kind of digital? Oh, well, I think we already answered that one. Duke Ortega, we bought our printer from China. I can share our supplier. Let's get together sometime and we can show you guys. Well, yeah, we can actually maybe sometime arrange. I'm gonna leave the email, and you can we can get in private there, contact, so we can set up maybe sometime, because you guys sound like you have a legitimate business too, and find some time we can get together. Clear Media Marketing, you guys are great. Keep it up, the hard work. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Duke Ortega, whoever has not seen what you can do with Cameo 4. I think what he's trying to say is like, people that talk smack about Cameo 4, they probably never even experimented.
Yeah.
I mean, any machine, you can get the best equipment. You will always, get something. It's like a gamble. Sometimes you might get defected, equipment, or, something that goes bad. That can happen with any machine. So just because you get one that's not good doesn't mean that the whole, company or the whole machines are bad. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure that we can go and look for bad opinions about Graphtec. So you will pretty much find whatever you're looking for. And it's the same with Cameo cutter. Like, we've been asked a lot about how come we don't use the cutting mat is because most of our projects are medium to big size, and that's the reason we don't use the cutting mat. And also, we don't really use it for very small projects. I mean, sometimes we do, but it's mainly for medium to big size projects. And that's one of the things that we love about this vinyl cutter. It only costs, like right now, went down a little bit. It's under $300. That's just for the vinyl cutter. It does not include the vinyl nor the software. But if you get the Cameo, you can use Silhouette Studio, and you will be able to vector your images with when using that Silhouette Studio. I don't know. We have any other? No.
Yeah, well, he said in Spanish. He just translated what he meant, and yes, it is exactly what we thought. Yeah. Well, I think this. Do you have anything else to show?
No. I think that's it.
Well, hopefully later on, the people that missed this live, we're sorry that you did because we know we get a lot of people even at midnight. Those hours are really awesome for us. And guys, let me actually get into the frame. We really appreciate you guys' support, and we're really happy for all this new, people that join, and we've been getting a lot of support, and we're just really happy. We're so glad, and like Saul says, hopefully we can still provide you with more information as we learn more. And yeah, we're gonna try and try to work with the DTF transfers. We'll give you a feedback on that too.
Yep.
And yeah.
We just don't want to give the wrong information, like whatever we do or use, and we want to share with you guys, but we don't really want to talk about stuff that we have never done. And that's, I guess, our goal is to just to give you the right information.
Until we try it, and then we can give you the correct information. But again, we're just gonna try to keep up with the content. And for those that join the newest channel, Evaristo Brothers, we're sorry. We're kind of busy and doing the content here, and we also have the Spanish version of RDI, which is Sticker Aficionado. For those that follow us there,
just go to our main profile, go all the way down, and you will see the other channels that are related with or that are ours too. So if you guys want to support us, we really appreciate it.
Well, guys, thank you guys so much, and I'm sorry if you missed the live. Hopefully you watch this live stream and give us a like again. We appreciate your support. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you again on the next live. Thank you.
See you later. Adios, amigos.